In JavaScript, an array is a container where you can store a lot of items or values. So let's take an example here. We have fruits. So fruits is like a container here that contains all of the fruits. I can call this maybe baskets. Basket. So basket now is the basket is the array now that contains all these values here. So apple, banana, and orange are in this container. This container here. Yes. Okay, so let's put the values in the array. So you can see in our array we have 3 items. We have apple, banana, and orange. So look closely, you notice there's this 0 here, 1 and 2. So what are they? Those are the positions of the values in the array. This is index 1. We can say index 0 or index 1, index 2, and 3. This is the starting point. This is 1. In computer, 0 is like the first number. So this is the index 0, index 1, index 2, meaning this here is 0, 0, 1, and 2. So if we do console.log basket, so you can see we are having apple. So what we're saying here is that brings to the console the item that is at 0 in our array. That is the item that is the first in our array. So we can do more. If we go down, let's copy this, go down and paste, go down and paste, turn this to 2, turn this, let this be 2, and then this 1. So you can see we have apple, banana, and orange. We are outputting the value at the position 2, 0, 1, 2. So to add new items to our array, we use the dot push method. So we can, let's go up here, basket dot push, let's say avocado. So now our array has 4 items: apple, banana, orange, and avocado. So if we want to remove items from the array, we're going to use another method, which is the pop method. So pop, let's remove the avocado. Okay. So pop, now we've used the basket.pop. So what it does, it removes the last item in our array. The last item here is orange. So the basket.pop removes the last item, which is orange. So we can also do basket.length to get the length of the items in the array. Basket, let's console.log that. Basket.length. So we're having 3. It means that there are 3 items. 1, 2, 3, right? There are 3 items here, but the positions of them are 0, 1, and 2. Lastly, let's talk about looping an array. So let's cut this. So let's loop through this array. So we can say for is a keyword, let basket of, let's turn this to fruits, because I need a singular, yes, a single form. Fruits of fruits, and then we want to console.log each of the fruits. So you see, we have an apple, banana, and orange. So this is a loop. What loop means is you go through it over and over. So what this does, it goes through this array and brings out apple, goes through it again, brings out banana, and goes through it again, brings out orange. So this is the for let loop, one of the easiest loop. There are a lot of different loops. You can use the for loop, which is for, you know what, this video isn't meant for loops, okay, but if you don't understand this, it's quite understandable. Yes, not everyone do get this at first, but then don't worry if it's a bit difficult to understand. By the time you get used to creating websites and apps, all this will become quite easy to understand, become quite easy. So yeah. So what did we do anything wrong? Oh, sorry, that should be I. Okay, so what we're saying here is that we want to make I to be equal to 0. So as long as I is not greater or equal to the length of this array, notice our arrays, the length of our array. Let's do it here. Console.log. So notice we have three items in our array. So the length is 3. So it's like saying we want our I to be 0. As long as I is not equal to 3, or as long as it is lesser than 3, always increase it, and each time you increase, bring out the fruits at the position of I. But then this is the for loop. So what it does here is it's saying let I be equal to 0 as long as I is lesser than the length in the fruits or the length of the array. Increase I by 1. So initially I will be 0. It prints apple, which is 0. The next time it goes, I becomes 1. What I plus plus does is it increases I by 1. So it's an operator in JavaScript that increases a value. So increases I by 1 each time it does this function. It increases it. So I becomes 1 and prints out banana. I becomes 2 and prints out orange. So it stops there. It doesn't go to 3. Why? Because of this. Our fruits the length is 3. So even if we put here as 3, still the same thing. But what if we put it as 2? If we put it as 2, that means it's going to stop at banana, right? So let's see. Let's turn that to 2. So just banana. So I, as long as I is lesser than 2, so I is only 0 and 1. It will increase it to 0 and 1. Once it gets to 3, this function will be overlooked or it won't run. So that's it. So I'll have a fun question. Let me give you something to work on. So this is it. So looking at this logic here, what do you think will be the answer? So we have a number, yes, at point 0. I want to add it, then a number at point 4. So, oh god, did I consider log the answer? Okay, then let me move this. Okay, so this is the tax. I remove my console.log here so you won't see it. So yes, we have a number at 0 and a number at point 4 at the position 4. So when you add them, you should have a value. So do this and leave the answer in the comment section. I will check it later. Thank you and have a nice day.